August 4th, Yoga Fit. All right, guys. We're just gonna pop right into it for our warm-up. So let's go ahead and just do some of those jumping jacks. If you wanna jump, jump. I'm barefoot, so I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah. This actually feels kind of good.
It's so funny. Your workout top looks like it's sheer right here, like there's nothing there.
Uh-oh.
Vanessa says I'm talking too much.
Oh, and recover. Let's just pull those knees into the chest. And elbows to opposite knees. Make sure you're lifting that rib cage up out of your pelvis when you do these. And recover. We are going to knock out some butt kicks. We're going to grab some zombies. Pull the core up tall and long. One more each leg. And we're going to grab our lateral arms. Nice. Linear arms. Recover. We're going to knock out some one arm circles. So forward with one arm. And then reverse it. And switch to the other side. And reverse it. And recover. And let's knock out some scaption. Squeeze. Well, John, my concession is that Vanessa's, doesn't look like Vanessa has any pants on, so there's that.
100%. Jonathan said I had the grandma shuffle.
Oh, and then let's grab a little chest stretch and those leg swings. Well, Vanessa, if I may, hey Vanessa, your legs are looking boss.
Oh my God. I don't have any dance moves, but I do have bands on.
Thankfully so.
Well, you never know. We're out in the middle of nowhere, so I could not have bands on. Who cares?
Right?
Do what you want to do.
It's your world, we're just living in it. Did I forget to say that?
What?
You guys can't hear me on this thing. You should be able to hear me really good.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes there's
a teeny tiny delay.
Oh, gotcha. All right, get a drink of water or coffee, which I don't have either of. Oh, crap. This story of my life. And my assistant is not present to assist me. Ay, ay, ay. So when I sound all pasty, you'll understand why. All right, guys, so we are gonna do kind of a yoga flow, but it's gonna be with some fitness elements to it. So I do wanna go ahead at the beginning and invite you to rest in child's pose if you ever get overwhelmed or your shoulders, you have something that just needs a rest, just go to child's pose. You can even sweep the hands all the way down by the feet for that child's pose. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my camera down a little bit so you'll be able to see me all the way. It may cut my head off a little bit, but no big deal.
So does that mean we should take our shoes off?
That is entirely up to you. I am going barefoot, and I think you should because we're just gonna be on our mat. No weights involved, just our body. But it will be a little more intense than the yoga you have done with me. But not over the top. I've adjusted it for our ability levels. Now, John, do your feet slide in your socks?
I was going to find out,
Okay.
I got my feet done for Hawaii. I'm kind of trying to be sure they stay right.
All right, well, you can keep your socks on then. All right, we're gonna start just with a chair flow. And in this chair flow, we're gonna keep it moving, all right? So let's begin. You can stand in front or the back of your mat, wherever you like. We're gonna inhale, arms up, and really plug the fingers in. Lift the rib cage out of the pelvis. And now exhale, I want you to circle sweep those arms down and around, sit back into a chair. And inhale up, circle sweep those arms out to the side. Keep moving. Down, exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale up. Press through the heels and the balls of the feet. We're going to stay out of our toes. Keep moving. Reach it back. Head up, chest up. Belly button's active toward our spine. One more time. Now exhale, sit into your chair and hold. Think about engaging the quads, the glutes, the belly button toward our navel center. Instead of reaching our shoulders forward, pull your shoulders back. Keep breathing. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, sit back down. Belly button toward the spine. Booty reaching to the space behind you. Weight is in our heels. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come on back down. Yes, yes. Break anytime you need to. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, sweep those hands wide again. Come back into that chair. Really hold it here. We're going to half lift and sit it back down. Half lift, sit it back down. Half lift, sit it back down. Last one. Half lift, sit it back down. Sweep all the way up. Shake those out. Bring your hands back down by your side. Rest. Arms inhale up. We're going to forward fold. So I'm going to come to the top of my mat. If you're at the back of your mat, that's fine. You can stay there. We're going to forward fold. Let everything release. Open up the back of those legs. Head, neck, and shoulders. Draw toward the earth. Inhale, half lift with fingertips on our shins. Exhale, release. Head, neck, and shoulders release toward the earth. Place our hands on the mat. If you're at the back of your mat, I want you to walk it to a plank. If you're at the top of your mat, go ahead and step back, build a downward facing dog. Start from a plank, then lift the hips, build and make minor adjustments from here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth if you feel overwhelmed. Inhale into our plank. Hold that plank, push up and out of the shoulders. Big breath in, exhale, rebuild that downward facing dog. So mindful again that we're using the finger pads of our hands to press into the earth. Shoulder or ears are lined up with our upper arms. Inhale, plank, Dadasana, come back into that long plank, squeeze the glutes, engage. Hold, squeeze. Big breath in, exhale, rebuild, downward facing dog. Right leg rises, hips are square to the earth, chest is pressing toward the ground. Three-legged dog. Exhale, draw knee to elbow touch and shoot it back to a three-legged dog. And again, right knee to right elbow, touch, shoot it back to your three-legged dog. And again, keep moving. Third, inhale, reach it back. Elbow to knee, knee to elbow, send it back. One more time, knee to elbow, send it back. Bring that right foot back down. Inhale into a plank, hold, engage the glutes, squeeze the quads, engage your quadricep muscles, the upper legs, push up and out of the shoulders. Keep breathing. Big breath in. Exhale, rebuild, downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Hips are square to the earth. Three-legged dog. Ears are lined up with our upper arms. Big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to drop left knee to left elbow. Touch. Shoot it back, three-legged dog. Again, touch, knee to elbow, shoot it back, three-legged dog. Again, touch, shoot it back. Two more to go. We're doing 5 each side. Touch, take it nice and slow. We're not rushing these, we want to control these. Take everything nice and slow, keep our form nice and clean. Three-legged dog, last one. Bring that left foot down. Rebuild your downward facing dog. Inhale into a plank. Hold that plank. Again, think about squeezing the thighs toward one another, engaging the glutes, pulling that navel center up toward our spine. Wonderful. On a 5 count, we're slowly lowering down to our bellies. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Uncurl the toes. Extend the arms out to the side like you're in the position of the letter T. Big breath in. Blow it out. Inhaling, we're going to lift the back of the hands. Keep the tops of the feet on the floor. Lift the head, chest, and hold for the position of the letter T. We're going to do some little flies here. I call them flying T's. We're just going to lower our hands down and rise them back up. Lower them down. You can touch the floor if you'd like. And lift. Hold. And lower. Lift and hold. If you've got some impingement or shoulder issues, certainly feel free to bend the elbows a little bit or adjust the position of your hands to accommodate that discomfort. Touch, lower them down, and lift. Now we're going to hold here. Arms are out to the side. We're lifting through our chest. So this is where it gets a little tricky because sometimes we can kind of start to slack a little bit, but just little tiny baby circles forward. Hello, shoulders. And now little tiny baby circles back. Beautiful. Go ahead and lower all the way down, turn to your left cheek, and turn your palms skyward and place them down by your hips. Let's find neutral in our shoulders. So we're just gonna come to here. Yeah, breathe, release. Now bring that left arm up, your left forearm up by your head, and roll onto your left side. We're gonna do some side planks. So, again, we can modify, bringing our lower left leg behind, right foot's on the ground. We're gonna lift up, so we wanna be on our knee, but we want this left hip, not down here, but up here. Shoulder is over our elbow. We're gonna side plank from here. You guys ready? We're gonna lift this right leg. Lift your left hip a little higher. There you go, hold. You can extend that right arm toward the sky. If you feel a pinch in your hip, pull your chest back a little further. We're gonna touch our foot down and we're gonna lift our foot up. Here we go. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Don't forget to engage our core. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. 2 more to go. Lower, lift, lower, lift and hold. Point your toe slightly and draw some circles with your leg. Oh, hello, Dolly. Now reverse the stir, go the opposite direction. It's a little bit harder to go to the back. Control it. Beautiful. Pull that knee in and touch your elbow to your knee. And then shoot it out. Shoot your hand over your head and bring it back. Touch and extend. And crunch and extend. Crunch and extend. 2 more. Here we go. Crunch and extend. Last one. Crunch and extend. Bring everything down to the earth. Come back onto your belly. Shoot those hands down by your hip. Turn your head to the right. And now bringing that right arm up. Make sure that our shoulders stacked over our elbow. We can kick this right foot back, coming into our side plank. Let's begin just by lifting and finding our position. Once we're here, we can extend that arm toward the sky, and then we're gonna lift, hold, lift that lower right hip. That's the challenge, is getting that lower hip up. Pull, push your hips forward so you're not bowing in the middle. Lower and touch and lift for 1. Lower and touch, lift for 2. Lower and touch, lift for 3. Lower and touch for 4. Lower touch and lift for 5. Lower touch, lift for 6. 2 more. Lower touch, lift for 7. Lower touch, lift for 8. Hold it up. You got this. We're going to draw those little circles forward. You can point your toe. And now reverse your stir. Go backwards. This is where it gets a little more challenging. Really focus on turning that leg in a circle. And last one. Beautiful. Crunch. Pull the knee to the elbow. Extend out. And crunch for 2. And extend. Crunch for 3. Extend. Crunch for 4. Extend. Crunch for 5. 2 more. Extend. Crunch for 6. Extend. Crunch for 7. Extend. Bring everything down. Come down to your belly. Sweep your hands down by your side. Choose left or right, whatever makes sense in your body for your head. And rest. Big breaths in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Wonderful. Let's walk our hands back up underneath our shoulders, curl our toes under, press up to our plank, and rebuild our downward facing dog. Really lengthen through that spine, tip that tailbone skyward. Look back at your feet. And as you do, I want you to drop your knees toward the earth. Don't touch the earth. We're just going to hover 2 to 3 inches off the earth. And now we're going to look back at our hands. And now I want you to shoot into your plank. Rebuild your downward facing dog. Exhale, knees down to the earth. Look towards your hands. Just float those knees off the earth. And now shoot into your plank. Rebuild your downward facing dog. Exhale, knees down toward the earth. Look towards your hands. Shoot into your plank. Rebuild downward facing dog. Again, knees come down toward the earth and float. We're going to start to pick this up a little bit quicker. Look towards your hands. Come into your plank. Rebuild downward facing dog, adjusting feet as necessary. Knees come to the earth, look at our hands, come into our plank, downward facing dog. Knees to the earth, look at our hands, plank, downward facing dog. Knees to the earth, look at our hands, plank, downward facing dog. A little more challenging now. Knees to the earth. Look at our hands and hold. Hold here. Don't forget to engage the glutes. Activate the muscles of the lower body. You got this. Build downward facing dog. Lower knees back to the earth and hold. Look at hands. Hold and breathe. Engage the glutes, engage the quads, squeeze those muscles. You got this. Come into your plank, shoot in there. Rebuild, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Walking the hands back toward our feet, coming into forward fold. Inhale, half lift, nice flat back, squeeze those shoulder blades together behind. Exhale, release, forward fold. Dropping our hips, look forward, drop the hips. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Coming to stand. Exhaling, hands into our heart center.
Shoulders up.
Yes. All right, we're going to do a balancing posture. This is going to be a bit challenging, but we can do it, right? All right, we're going to start on our non-dominant leg, so left side, okay? And we're going to come into our tree pose, so we can be supported here, or we can come onto the calf. You choose. Now remember, one of the things we don't want to do is let this support hip go outside of everything. So we really want to bring this back into alignment. Keep our knee soft, so without locking our knee. This knee is definitely pointing off to the opposite side. So really open the hips. Wonderful. Grow your tree. Open your branches if you like. Definitely think about lifting your rib cage up out of your pelvis. So lift your heart. Staying balanced here, we're going to bring our hands back together and into heart center. And without dropping our right foot onto the ground, we're just going to bring that right foot across our left thigh, flex our right foot, keep this knee open, and we're going to begin to sit back into a standing balance pigeon. So push your hips back, drop your chest forward. Find a focal point on the ground, something you can stare at. Might be out at about a 45 or so, but just pick something. Maybe it's a rock on the concrete, or I've got a little flower petal here I'm looking at on the rug. So just keep your spine nice and long, but it's okay to think about dropping your chest towards your thigh and dropping your hip a little lower, hips a little lower. Beautiful. We're going to stay balancing as best we can. Wonderful. Inhale, slightly rise up, just a little. Exhale, sit it back down. This is where it gets challenging. Even your instructor is challenged. We're really innervating the ankle, the nerves in the ankle of the supporting foot. Just rise up slowly and slowly sit back down and hold. Beautiful. Inhale, begin to rise all the way back up. Put that right foot down, shake out that left leg. So we're really asking our muscles to have that time under tension. And we're training the nerves that innervate the foot, ankle, and knees, hips to work together. We're really awakening them. Right leg is now our support leg. Hands are in our heart center. Find that spot that works for you. Calf or ankle as we grow our tree. Keep the breath moving. We're not holding our breath, but we do hold our postures, our asanas. Again, focal points are really important as we do balancing work. And our hands come back together at the top. Exhaled into our heart center as we work on that standing balance pigeon. We're going to bring the left ankle over to the right thigh. Our foot is flexed. Our knee is open. And then we're going to begin to sit back. Nice and slow. Find that focal point there on the ground at about a 45-degree angle. And just find that balancing point and just hold here. Soften into it. Get comfortable with it. There's little movements back and forth. And that's those nerves innervating those muscles, learning to work together to strengthen your ankle and your foot, your knee. Now, little rise up, go slow, don't go too fast. And then exhale, begin to sit it back down a little bit. Once you find that bottom of your squat here, just begin to slowly rise back up again. We're going to do this one more time. Slowly sit it back down. One last time, move it back up just a little. You don't have to go far. And then sit it back down. We're asking a lot. Keep breathing. Hold here. Keep breathing. Yes. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly begin to rise back up. Set that left foot down, shake out that right leg. Take a drink of water if you need it. Beautiful. Wish my personal assistant had come back and brought me some water. All right, we're going to continue on. We're going to come back to the top of our mat. We're going to be doing our chair version 1. We're going to add a twisted chair here. So the legs have been talking. Yes?
As I'm listening to you, we're not hearing you through the microphone.
You're
We're
not.
just hearing you through the computer like normal. So like it's not coming through that microphone.
That's
It
odd.
means like when you walk away from the computer, like, you know, we still hear you, but you're still far away. Where if we were hearing you from the microphone, it'd be continual.
Yeah, you should be hearing me breathing and everything.
Yeah, no.
Let me see.
I mean, we still hear you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I just want you to know that, yeah.
For future clients.
We're not,
Let me
yeah,
back
it's
up.
not through the microphone, so something's not either plugged or connected.
Yeah, I'm, okay. I thought I had it all set. It was hard to test last night because I didn't have an active,
Like now, like blow into the microphone. No.
yeah, all right. It has something to do with the settings, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna check one thing real quick here. Okay, I think I have the answer. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay, and hang on. All right, how is it now?
Hey, both buttons.
Does it sound any better?
Well, you're close to the computer, so.
How about over here?
Yeah, it's not coming out the microphone. It's definitely still just regular. That way you don't have to, my microphone is you don't have to wear it because we're not hearing through it.
Good to know. Thank you so much. All right, let's rock and roll this thing. All right, inhale, arms up. Bring your big toes together. Ankles do not touch. I want space between the ankles, but you're gonna bring your knees together. So we have this little space here. So our big toes are touching, almost like we're knock-kneed to a point, right? Inhale those arms up. Pull your thumbs into the space behind you. Exhale, sit into chair, version 1. Head up, chest up. Weight is in our heels, not in our toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, sit back down. Really draw that belly button back to the spine. Lift the head and the heart. Chair version 1 is really a challenging posture. Inhale, rise half of the way up. Exhale, sit it back down. And again, rise up and sit down. Now, if this is a little bit on your shoulders, feel free to bring those hands into heart center. Really focus on the legs and not so much the upper body here. Rise up halfway and then sit it back down. And if your hands are in the air, bring them into heart center. We're going to take our left elbow to the outside of our right knee. So just twist and plant that elbow outside. Press your hands together and bring them back to heart center. Look back at that back elbow. Now, open the hands. Left hand goes toward the earth, right hand goes toward the sky. And we're using that counter pressure of elbow and knee to help us balance. Drop your hips a little lower. Beautiful. Bring hands back to your heart center. Come back to center. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Our toes are still touching. Drop your hips. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Roll all the way back up. Extend hands toward the sky. Exhale, hands into heart center. Sit back into our chair. Version 1. Knees are pressing. Toes are still connected. Right elbow to outside of left knee. Press those hands together. Hold here, keep breathing. Elongate from tailbone to crown of head, open hands. Right hand toward floor, left hand toward sky. Drop the hips a little further. Bring hands back to heart center. Rotate into center. Place hands on the floor, forward fold. Big breath in. Exhale, inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Place your hands on the earth. Step your right foot back behind. Come into a nice long low lunge. Pull your heart through. So, this is a crescent lunge. We're going to move into a full crescent lunge. If you need to come to your knee, then you can do that. But I want us to work through a full crescent lunge if we're comfortable with it. So go ahead and walk up that thigh. We're on the toes of our back foot as we inhale our arms up into a crescent lunge. We can be down here on the knee if it's too much today. okay? It's up to you, you choose. Inhale, I want you to hinge forward into a 45. Try and stay out of your toes. Think about the ball of the foot and the heel of that left foot. Inhale, reach a little further forward. Exhale, sweep those hands back behind into runner. Chest is forward. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, arms back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind. Beautiful. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down to the knee if you're in full crescent lunge. Reframe that front foot. Step your right foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, half lift. Squeeze those shoulders together behind. Exhale, release. Step that left foot back into that long, low lunge. Really drop the hips here. This is an opportunity for you to just kind of open those hips. We're going to rebuild that crescent lunge. Remember, you can be on your knee if you prefer. So full crescent lunge or modified. Inhale all the way up. Inhale, 45-degree angle forward. Using the ball of the foot and the heel, not our toes. Exhale, extend arms back into runner. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, hands back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Keep that chest at a 45. Inhale, arms forward. Come back into our crescent lunge, hands toward the sky. Beautiful. Exhale down to that knee if you're in a full. Wonderful. Exhale our hands back down, reframe that front foot. Lift up the back knee. Step our foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, Tadasana. Right leg rises in our plank. Hold and squeeze the glute. Toes are pointed down toward the earth. Right foot drops down, downward facing dog. Inhale into our plank. Nice long line. Left heel rises. Squeeze that left glute. Engage that right quad. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hang on to it, you got it. Set that left foot down. Rebuild downward facing dog. Belly button's drawing up toward our spine in our down dog. We don't have a soft belly. We're keeping everything active. Exhaling down to our hands and our knees. As everybody says, ah. Come to a seated position. I want you to come to a seated position. Seated position. Slowly, palms turn skyward, heels on the ground, toes up. Slowly, 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 lower down, all the way to the ground, onto your back. Yes, hands by our hips, heels comfortably close to our bottoms. Pressing through our heels, we're going to bridge. Press our hips into the sky. Keep our knees in alignment with our hips. Pull our belly button toward our spine. Keep that space between chin and chest open. Lower halfway down. And press up. Halfway down, belly button's engaged. Press up. Halfway down. And lift. Lower, halfway, and lift. It's a short movement. Halfway down, and lift. Halfway down, and lift. Halfway down and hold. Pressing through our heels, not our toes. Squeezing the glutes. Micro lifts here. Tiny, tiny micro lifts for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lift up high. Press those hips high. Open that chest. Lift, lift, lift. Slowly lower those hips down. Follow the vertebrae. Roll down the spine. Release the hips. Pull the knees in if you need a little release here. Wonderful. Left foot stays on the ground. Heel is what we're going to be activating through. Right leg is straight up toward the sky. And now we're going to do 10 hip lifts on that left leg. So we're going to lift and lower. Just barely touch. Lift for 2. Lift for 3. Remember, we're not going to rest our hips down. 4, 5, but we're going to keep it moving. 6, 7, 8. Activate that navel center. 9 and 10. And bring those hips down. Switch legs. Right heel on the ground. Left leg extended. And lift for 1. Lower. Don't touch the ground. 2. Just barely find it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly lower the hips back down. Bring both knees into the chest. Give everything a little release. And bring those heels back onto the ground, and we're going to grab 10 more double bridges. So lift and squeeze for 1, and 2, and 3. You got it. Push through the heels, not the toes. 4, lift for 5. Belly button pulled in, lift for 6. Lift for 7. Buns of steel, lift for 8, 9, and last one, hold it up at 10. Now open and close the knees for 10, 2, 3, press through the heels, 4, hips are lifted, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring the knees back together, slowly lower back down. Pull the knees into the chest. Show your low back and hips some love by rolling side to side. Perfect. See, now we're in the perfect position to finish up. Feet flat on the floor, arms extended out to the side. Cross that right leg over that left, knees comfortably close, or if you prefer figure 4 today, do what makes sense in your body. And we're gonna just rock those legs side to side. Little short rocks to massage that low back and the hips, and to realign our pelvis. Awesome. Bring those legs all the way over to the right as we turn and take our gaze to the left. Inhale, draw everything back to center. Uncross right from left. Choose now left over right. And again, knees can be comfortably close or a figure 4, and we have a little mini rock happening side to side. Doesn't have to be fast. Go at the pace that works for you. Just rocking it side to side. Realigning the pelvis, massaging the low back. Everything goes left, and our head turns right. Knees to the left, head to the right, John. You got it. You can roll to the inside of that right foot. Your foot doesn't have, there you go. Yeah. Big breath in, sigh it out through the mouth with inhale, draw everything back to center. Uncross that left from the right. Extend out into a full body stretch. Lengthen across the earth. Heels through fingertips. Navel center really sinks in toward our spine. Rib cage is lifted up and out of our pelvis. Another big breath in, really reach for it. Exhale, sweep those hands down by the hips. Move the feet to the outside edges of the mat. And just allow yourself to come into final relaxation. I'm gonna find some music here. And let's just settle down, acknowledging those places where our body is resting on the earth. And just mindful of the breath coming in and the breath moving out of the body. Let's just take a moment here to acknowledge what we see and have an appreciation for just seeing. Sometimes we see with our eyes. Sometimes we see with our heart. Sometimes we see with our intuition. But first we have to start with what's accessible. The physical body. And with the physical body, we learn how to work with what's hard. The patterns of belief that keep us from knowing who we really are. When we pay attention in our asanas, our postures, our movements, it all matters. It matters from how you lift your rib cage out of your pelvis, to how you hold your fingers or seal your fingers, to how you activate your legs, to how you flow from one thing to the next, how you flow from breath to body, to spirit and back. It all matters. And then at the same time, none of it really matters. But it is a call for us to wake up and embody our practice, our spirit, our breath, and ultimately that all leads back to embracing ourselves. Let's lie quietly in this meditation, internally seeing and embodying our whole selves. Now you're invited to draw your attention back to your breath. Fill the belly with a breath like a big balloon and give that belly some color. And as you exhale, Collapse the belly button back toward the spine and let that color come to a little pinpoint in the center of the torso. And again, big belly breath in, really fill the belly, hold that belly full of air. And then exhale, collapse it back. That color can fade to a pinpoint of light. And another big belly breath in. And then exhale, pull that belly button back toward the spine. And now return to your own natural breathing pattern. And as you do, extend arms together up above and legs together down below into a full body stretch. Nice and gentle, slow and easy. Find that next out breath and draw the knees into the chest. Give the low back and hips some love and attention. Just do and move about in any way or fashion that feels best for you. And take a moment here, either on our back or onto our side, whatever feels comfortable, and send out that silent message of prayer, love, honor, kindness, compassion to the world, or maybe to anyone in specific that has been on your heart. And when you're ready, we'll return to our easy seated position, sitting up tall and long. We're going to inhale our arms up. And we're going to exhale our right hand in front of our legs and our left hand behind, and we're just going to do a little seated twist. Sit up tall and long. Rotate the chest off to the side. Wonderful. Inhale back to center, arms up overhead. And exhale to the opposite side. Reach the crown of the head toward the sky. Beautiful. Inhale, arms all the way back up to the center. And let's take in that deep cleansing breath. Big breath in. Blow it out. And again, big breath in. And blow it out. And now let's open our hearts. And exhale our hands into heart center. And when we see, we have compassion, not only for ourselves, but for others. Namaste. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace out.